When we went to Calais initially, there was no idea to do a project at all. We went out there a couple of times purely as volunteers to help with the construction and the repair of a lot of the shelters there. We began to see other things that were really kind of interesting about that space.
I think we started to think about ways we could design a form of recognition. So we kind of looked at kind of mapping it and adding it onto maps as the sort of first stage in that.
It's led to the production of this tandem.
The way the bike's structured is we have a kind of various sort of camera rigs on it that will capture both the kind of architecture and the space. And then we'll also have two cameras pointing in at the two riders. And the idea is then that the bike becomes a way to explore the way you kind of have conversations and the way you move through space and the ways you're allowed to move through space. So at first maybe we would ride the bike with somebody who lives in the camp. But then I think it's really important that we change that dynamic and then the person who lives in the camp becomes the kind of pilot.
Suddenly we're the ones being interviewed. At that point we become people with passports, people with a country of residence, people with a stable lifestyle, and they get to ask us questions about, why do we have that? One thing that we experienced by going to the jungle and working with the people there is the individual stories and the individual people there are really interesting, and we've got a lot to gain by kind of breaching that gap between them and people who don't go to the jungle.
Through designing recognition and an understanding of those people, it's a way to produce empathy, to kind of build empathy. Whereas, our kind of political climate is so kind of far removed from that at the moment.